Jeff Gretsch has seen Jupiter and Saturn thousands of times. Every time he spots a planet, he writes it down, and now has over 6,000 pages of logs. Gretsch and his colleagues perform astronomical outreach for children and adults at the Turner Farm Park's observatory in Great Falls, Virginia, just 30 minutes outside of Washington, D.C. With the flick of a switch and some telescopes, they bring the solar system to the eyes of eager students.
There's a lot of kids and parents that they've never seen Saturn like that before, and they're just, wow, it looks like a picture, and then they look to make sure it isn't a picture, Awe, I guess, is the best word to use for most people, and I think that what brings them here, they just awed at what they see, and they want to see more.
The Turner Farm has a long history of providing astronomical outreach to the public, and now is looking to further its legacy by joining the DarkSky International community, an organization dedicated to restoring the nighttime environment and protecting communities from the harmful effects of light pollution. The park could join less than 10 already certified urban night sky spaces worldwide, a title given to areas that promote authentic nighttime experiences, despite being surrounded by large amounts of artificial light.
Any place, even a small place, that is darker than its surrounding environment, even though it's still in an urban area, will attract more species. There'll be more fireflies, there'll be more insects, there'll be more birds, there'll be more bats.
The Turner Farm is hoping to be approved in the next few years. They've been installing dark sky compliant lighting, like shielded lights, and decreasing the color temperature of bulbs to minimize their impact on the darkness of the night sky. DarkSky International's president, Tom Reinert, adds that becoming an urban night sky space means the park will be able to reach more people with STEM and environmental education.
The whole idea behind them is, we know you can't meet the same standards as a place that's out in the countryside, but what are you going to do for outreach? What are you going to teach people about the night sky? What are you going to teach them about the environmental impact of light pollution?
Not many people realize the impact light pollution has on wildlife. In addition to the Turner Farm's efforts to educate people, the Smithsonian Natural History Museum's Lights Out exhibit also hopes to leave a mark on visitors, with artifacts and information from DarkSky International and local organizations in D.C. like City Wildlife.
Jill Johnson helped curate the Lights Out exhibit. She says one of the most visible ways light pollution impacts D.C. centers around bird migration.
One story that we focus on are birds, because there are birds in our collections here at the Smithsonian that have been brought here through the DC Lights Out program and City Wildlife program, where they go out and collect birds that were killed because of light during peak migration periods.
Volunteers with City Wildlife's DC Lights Out program are dedicated to tracking and saving these birds. Stephanie Dalkey walks the streets once a week looking for distressed or dead birds. On this particular day, she found about 15 on the ground next to the glass walls of buildings around Union Station.
It's still warm as well. Hasn't been dead that long.
And has even saved the lives of a few.
Alright, so this is a yellow-rumped warbler. He doesn't look great.
According to City Wildlife, they're finding upwards of 700 birds a year around the city, killed or injured from attempting to fly into lit-up buildings at night.
They're attracted not only by the light of the urban glow of the city itself, but by individual buildings. And if that building is lighting something inside, like trees or plants, that makes it even doubly hazardous.
The birds that die get sent to museums, such as the Smithsonian Institution, for further study and education.
And when you start to look at it from a satellite view, you're looking down on the Earth and you see how much of it is lit up at night. And then you start to see, what are the causes of that? And I have found that it really changes people.
She says that by turning lights off at night, people can make a difference in minimizing their impact on light pollution, saving the lives of migrating birds, and just maybe sparking the interest of younger generations to learn more about what's beyond our planet. Emily Hung for Washington Wonders.